Seb, can you get us started with your overall thoughts on the game today?
Disappointed because we put ourselves in a great position to win the game. We knew how important this game was, as Kansas are in playoff position and we're chasing to get into them playoff positions. And we said before the game that we want to walk away from here with 3 points. So I can't fault the players' effort. They put everything into it. They're disappointed as well. So overall, really pleased with the first half. Took it to Kansas, who are on good form right now. I think, now they're unbeaten in 8. Got our goal, started the second half extremely well, got another goal. And I think the evolution of us would be to, when we are up in games, to weather storms, and when the opponent starts pushing more players forward, can we get ourselves out of them situations where we can, defend effectively and attack with, penetration passes and play our style of play, even though the emphasis is on them to try and get an equaliser and get back into the game.
We will go to Austin.
Hey, Seb, kind of going in that moment of the first half to the second half, after that second goal was scored, what did you see from both sides, from your side and Kansas City's, to kind of flip the script within that second half, and what did you kind of tell your team within that those moments to kind of change?
So one thing we saw is that they changed shape. They changed some personnel, and we have to be better in them situations when the opponent changes shape, and we have to analyze that quicker. Our press can change when teams change formation, and we have to be prepared with their moments. So I think that was one thing that we will reflect on. Obviously, it's not too often we've been in situations where we're leading by 2 goals, and the scenario changes. They push more players forward, and they're trying to get back into the game. So it's understanding roles and responsibilities. We're going to review it as always, and we have to move on from it. The difference is that the goals changed games. So they got a goal, we got back into it, and momentum changed. So it happens in games, it happens in football matches, and it's something that we need to work on if we want to move forward and get to be a winning team, a championship contender team.
Kind of looking at the way that Kansas City was getting a lot of those chances, it was just lofting balls over top, letting players run, and then your defense was having to shift back to try and cover. There have been some games within this season where those long balls over top have kind of killed the defensive line. What does the defense, for your perspective, kind of need to change to limit those opportunities that players are getting with just those balls over top and letting them run?
I think one is just judging the flight of the ball. Last 2 games, Washington were very direct. Kansas were very direct. I think that's a compliment to us because we're starting to press effectively. And it's just been aware of their directness. AD French can kick it as far as anyone I know. And it's just judging and getting the distances right so the ball isn't getting in behind our back line too often. Again, it's something that we need to work on. We don't play that way, so you can only influence the opponent so much, but we have to prepare ourselves for other teams. And having gone through the last 2 games, we have to start working on them principles as well.
From your perspective, what did you see on that second goal that Kansas City scored? Because it looked like there was a moment where the defense was caught out in 2 minds, and then Aaron was caught out in 2 minds. Just kind of, what was your perspective on that?
It was a long ball over the top, and it was indecision, and she put it away.
We'll go to Dan Barish.
Hi, Seb. Thanks for your time. Just kind of going off of Austin's previous question, but kind of taking it over to the first goal, there seemed to be a lot of trepidation and indecision in terms of getting to Bennett before she applied the finish. I just kind of wondered what your view on that situation was.
Like I said earlier, they change shape, they change formation, and we have to adapt to how we press effectively in their moments. It was a domino effect, which allowed Bennett to get in behind and drive at our centre back. So we're creating a learning environment where we can be adaptable and making decisions on the field, and that's ultimately what happened. They changed formation, responsibilities changed with that as well. So again, we'll go through it in video, and it's been adaptable in their moments.
Last one, Dawson.
Seb, with the last couple games, you've been finding goals from kind of more unlikely sources. Your fullbacks have been very involved in the goal production. You know, you have a goal from Kylie in the Louisville match. She affects the play in the Houston match, and then you have Celia score today. Just kind of talk about the all-in buy-in from this team in terms of the offensive production, not just relying on the players up front, but having players that are coming from behind and providing offensive contributions.
I think I said it in one of my post-match interviews that we have to find goals from other sources. We can't just rely on our forwards to score goals. So, like you said, Kylie's pinched in with a couple of goals. Celia gambles, is a great ball from Erica into a really good area, and Celia goes and attacks it, and before you know it, you 1-0 up. So we can't just put pressure on our forwards to score goals. We have to find other areas and positions to complement them players as well. I'm really happy for Julie Doyle as well. You know, getting in the width of the goal, Abello being aggressive, and you know, there was no lost cause in that moment. She put her foot in where, you know, it can hurt. It's a great read from Maggie and a great delivery from Maggie for Julie to score. So we're getting in good positions. We said this after the Washington game. We're getting good areas of the field to have high percentage shots and chances, and today we put them away. So we can be better. We can still create more opportunities to score from other areas as well. But you know, the players are bought into what we're trying to do. It's been a lot of work. It's been a lot of hard work on the training field, and they're giving it back in the game. So all the compliments go to the players, because you know, they've been outstanding for us, and we just want to continue to do that all the way to the last game of the season, and then we'll see where we finish. You know, at the end of play Seattle last game of the season, so we'll see where we are at in the standings.